Well, certainly I traipsed around, I got on a motorcycle and checked out the countryside and did all of that kind of stuff.
You were on the wrong quest.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't want anyone fired or not hired or passed over because they're a woman, or because they're fat, or because they're too thin, or because they cross-dress on the weekend, or because they like to have sex in a certain way with their partner, or because...
What do you mean by that?
Well, whether they're gay or lesbian or bisexual, or there's someone...
Wait a minute. What do you make of all these? Let me see how to put this. What do you make of all these people who are women who were born with male genitalia that are now attracted to women? This makes zero sense to me.
Okay, so, sexual orientation, and...
No, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Okay, maybe I don't.
Let's be very blunt about this.
Sure, okay.
You go through part of your life, either early or middle or later, and you were born with male genitalia, and you spend a considerable amount of effort and money and whatever to get yourself a damn vagina.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And then it makes no sense at all to me to turn around and, like Chase after some damn broad who's got the same thing. I'm sorry, I can't digest it. I know it's a prejudice of mine, but if you got a vagina, find some man who knows what to do with it, for God's sakes.
Wait a second, I have to kick someone. Kick. Okay. Well, I didn't transition. I didn't. The reason why I had vaginoplasty wasn't specifically because I wanted penetrative sex. I wanted vaginoplasty because it fit my gender identity. That is, my experience, my subjective experience of this body. Having, I can't describe how amazing it was to have surgery and what that meant to me on such a deep, deep level, that everything was like it was supposed to be. It was profound. I mean, I went into surgery knowing on just such a deep level that if there was ever anything that I've done right in this life, it is this. And if I died on the operating table, as long as I died without a penis, then I would be happy. There was absolutely no fear. I had no fear going into it. And so all of that wasn't about, oh my God, as soon as I get out, I get to have sex. Or, really I wasn't, before I had surgery, I was pretty asexual. In fact, I just, for years and years and years, I didn't date before surgery. And
I don't want to get too personal.
No, it's cool. But before I had surgery, I had been with a couple of people, and they happened to be women. And that was mostly because in our society, if you are seen as a man and your girlfriend is, or your best friend is a girl, then what needs to happen is this relationship has to be in this certain context. It has to be, it should be a sexual relationship. And so, as clumsy as all of that was for me, I did my best to play that male role. Your brain has to go through all these mental gymnastics to just do that. And so whenever I was post-surgical, all of that, sexuality and sex and all of that stuff is just about, being able to be a sexual human being with things being how they're supposed to be. There's no mental gymnastics associated with it. You get to, for the first time in your life, experience being a sexual person and just be there in the moment, in your body, fully, completely. And it, that's an amazing experience. And I don't know that it really is, that sexuality, your choice of sex between men and women or whatever, I don't know that that's, I don't, at least I can speak for myself, that wasn't a factor in my transition. It just wasn't. My desire for vaginoplasty was about, becoming a complete, human being, having my subjective sense of self finally, for the first time in my life, match my physical self. And it was just, I can't express, I tried to explain to people what that's like. It's so cathartic. It's, some people will, it might sound corny, but it's almost like deeply spiritual, in that, for the first time, being fully present in this world, in your body, and just being a human being. That's why I had vaginoplasty.
Okay. So have you ever been late?
I have.
I don't mean to be rude, but I was talking to a cross-dresser a couple days ago, and she was pontificating to me all the things she knew about womanhood. And I said, really? I said, there's one thing you cannot explain to me, which is experiences you've never had. And this is the big rift, from my perspective, between this transgender spectrum and the true transsexuals.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the transgender spectrum wants to explain to people who have long-time heterosexual relationships, who have been married, who have been laid many times, I hate to be crude about it, who enjoy heterosexual sex. This big umbrella wants to say, oh, here's what's really right and really true. I'm sorry, it just doesn't wash. Now, that doesn't mean that the, quote, true transsexual has any animosity towards this big umbrella concept, unless and until they start to harm things that have existed in society for decades, because all of a sudden they are bringing the spotlight of the main mass of society onto this broad umbrella, and the main mass of society is saying, oh shit, what is all